Hey YouTube. So this is my second Ferguson tractor video. The first one was just some pictures of when I pulled it out of the weeds. Since then I've replaced both sets of tires. I've got the bucket working. I've actually put some lights on it. These are HIDs, which are really bright. As far as I know, it's a 48 Ferguson TO20. Now this bucket is not stock, but it came with the tractor when I purchased it. Some of the switches and gauges are not stock because I've added those, like volts and water. And over here I've got oil pressure. Right underneath the oil pressure gauge, right here, I have this cable that runs down to the transmission, and I am not sure what it is. This light here actually is for my alternator. That tells me if my alternator is charging or not. I have removed the box. There was a toolbox here, and I relocated that to the back here. One of the reasons is I actually put a 12-volt battery in here, and so it was a little bit bigger. Also, some of you are looking at the top going, what in the crap is this guy got on here? So that is my access panel. I had to put that in because with the bucket and the hydraulic pump that runs off the crankshaft, which they did some pretty work there, you don't actually have the ability to open the hood unless you remove all those hoses and everything. So to add coolant, they just cut a hole in it. And I actually cut the hole for the gas tank, which I was trying to put in like a Chevy flip top. Didn't work out. Anyway, so then I made this, made like a kind of a hot roddy air scoop looking thing to it, which I actually kind of like. Just hinged it. This has the dual brakes. That's where the PTO engages right here. It has 4 speeds and an S, and I have no idea what the S is. So if any of you guys know what the S stands for, maybe for super fast or super sick. I do have bigger tires on it. This has had pretty junk tires on it when I first got it. So on the back, I've got a blade. The blade's kind of junk as well, but it runs and pushes snow. It's pretty good. We learned that today. So got some work lights here and here. Again, new used tires, new to me tires, I should say. They're not new tires by any means. But I found a guy in a nearby town that had some that would fit. I did have to flip the tires, so they're actually, the tractor sits a lot wider because of the larger tires. This is the hydraulic controls for the bucket, and right here is that cable, and that cable goes into the transmission right down here on the right side of that transmission. There's the cable, and it's all rusted out. So again, if anybody knows what that is for, let me know. My alternator, I did a 12-volt conversion and just did a single GM alternator on it. So then of course I've got my exhaust that comes up and does the flapper, which is kind of cool. I also added, let me show you the lights. So the lights are actually, when you turn the lights on with the key on, you get gauge lights, and then you also have the HID lights, and then down here I actually have some kind of cool skull lights. I don't know if you can see those, you probably can't, but they're a skull I put in where the existing lights were supposed to be, but they're too big for the, with the bucket, you can't put the original headlights back on this setup. So anyway, that's my 48 Ferguson.